What's up, tubers? We're back with the Gretsch 5420. I just want to make this a quick video and kind of edit it down. This is the latest revision with the FT5E pickups, which are pretty nice. But just in my nature, I would like to soup this up and maybe put some proper Filtertrons or TV Jones pickups in it and just see how much more I can truly get out of this thing. And at some point down the road, I would like to maybe use this at church for praise and worship music. I think it'd be a nice guitar for that. It doesn't sound bad at all. These pickups are pretty nice. But again, I just want to give it a little more premium features, I guess. And I like to tinker with stuff. I tried putting this just affordable bar bridge on here from Amazon. The intonation feels worse now compared to having the Electromatic on there. And this bridge is pinned, so that's nice. Actually, years ago, my first Gretsch was back in 2008. I had a 5120. It was the same body style, but it had full-size humbucker pickups. It sounded really muddy, and I just wasn't too happy with how it sounded or anything. But I wasn't knowledgeable on all the Filtertron stuff, so I was young and dumb, and I put full-size Seymour Duncan humbuckers in that, and it was just stupid, and I got rid of it. So again, I just want to edit this down and speed it up so I don't bore everyone to death. Because I feel like lately, when I've been gone for a while and I go to re-upload a video, I start losing subscribers sometimes. I don't want to continue losing subscribers. Alright, now I need to get these strings off. And additionally, I've got some parts on order. I managed to score a used set of TV Jones pickups for not too bad of a deal. They're still pricey no matter what, but if you can find them used, it helps to save some money. And some other adapter parts and stuff too. So let's get these strings off. I just don't know what sort of bridge I want to go with. I consider other options. I just don't know what. Alright. Strings are off now. Not sure what strings these are from the factory. They've got all these colors on the ball ends, but they're not D'Addario. So now this Bigsby can fold or unfold, and even the entire part of the tailpiece here can unfold. Okay, so it's still not coming all the way off yet, but I took out these two screws from down here, and I think I also might need to remove the actual bushing pin that the strap button threads onto down here. Alright, I finally got it out. I think I messed this up because the head stripped out, so what I had to do was fold this back and turn this whole tailpiece itself clockwise, and then this came out. So I'm probably going to need a new one of these, but at least it came out. Right here, if you can see, I believe this is possibly a ground wire for the hardware. Anyway, I'm wondering how easily all these electronics will come out, because in order to replace all this with higher quality electronics, I'm probably going to have to recreate the whole harness and wire it similarly to how this is done to get it all back up and running again. So it looks like I just need to desolder this one ground wire here, and I believe the whole harness should be freed. Okay, so I desoldered that ground wire, and the harness is completely out, so we'll have to study this a bit later. But one weird thing I noticed is that one of the pots is actually a 250K. and not 500. The other three are all 500K. And I think this one is the master tone pot since there's a capacitor on it. And it's close to the output jack. So that's kind of strange. Pots are made in Korea, but they are full size, not the little dime size pots. And I took a closer look inside, and that ground wire I desoldered actually goes all the way back here to the Bigsby, not to the bridge pins. I don't know how well you can see in there. There's the trestle bracing here. It goes all the way from the top to the back of the body, which is pretty interesting. Then you also need to be careful about splinters because this is made overseas. It's kind of rough cut on the inside. If this was a professional guitar, I'm sure that would be cleaned up quite a bit more. So here's a look at the electronics that came out. FT5E pickups. So the bridge pickups got a blue wire. Again, they have these little Molex connectors on them, so I may just try to sell these. You need the female end of these connectors to reuse them. I don't know that these leads are long enough to solder if you were to cut these off. Not sure. Or otherwise you could harvest these wires, reconnect them, and just desolder these two wires here from the pots, and then maybe reinstall them with better pots, I suppose. Anyway, here's our switch. I was never too crazy about how stiff these switches are, so I got a proper Switchcraft one on order that hopefully I can make work. Sometimes the bushing here isn't always long enough for hollow body guitars in some cases, because I've had issues with Epiphones where this isn't quite long enough to go all the way through the top, depending on the thickness of the top. Alright, here is the master volume. I just wanted to take a closer look at that to determine what treble bleed mod it comes with from the factory. Because there is some heat shrink tubing on here and you can just barely see a resistor sticking out. I don't know what value components these are. Just a little ceramic disc capacitor marked 682. That could be what, 6.8 nanofarads or something like that. And then I suppose I could maybe use an X-Acto and cut off the heat shrink, possibly. But yeah, I don't know how critical that is, but it's connected in series. A lot of times the treble bleed mod is connected in parallel. I just want to have some idea as to what values work the best with Filtertrons and whatever, because it's a pain to tear all this apart on a hollow body and rewire it. But ideally, I would like to replace all the cheap stuff in here with higher quality components. Not just the potentiometers themselves, but also the wire and this switch and the jack. I've got Switchcraft and CTS parts and orange drop caps I want to put in here. But with this entire harness pulled out, as I said, I can try to replicate the whole assembly here and tie some of these wires together to keep everything tidy. And then I also need to reference this to get the length of the wires correct or approximate. And then, yeah, just zip tie everything together to make it neat and clean so I don't have a whole rat's nest of wires inside the F-hole and looking really ugly. Next I want to get rid of these tuners. I was never too crazy about these. I like the bigger, more robust buttons on some of the Grovers. Sometimes the only way I've been able to get these out is to just stick a screwdriver shaft in there and kind of work in a circle just to dislodge them from the wood a little bit. But it's still not easy to get them out. Yeah, those are never too much fun to get out, but at least they're out. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for now. Hope everyone has a happy new year. Getting some snow today, which is nice. Just thought I'd do a little outro for a change of scenery. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.